Yeah, I'm backing out. Yeah, same.
Yeah, I think it did.
I think the servers can't handle these maps. That's what the main thing going on.
Yeah, I'm like rubber. I can't
Oh
even
no, we're
move.
back. Everyone's back.
I can barely move.
Alright, I can move again.
Ah! Time to leave the server.
And it went down.
What is going on, guys? Craig1287 here, bringing you some Battlefield 4 gameplay. Gonna have some random round going on there in the background. Not really all that important because the purpose of this video is going to retouch on a topic that I covered in 2 videos ago, and that was the state of the game for me, and now what I have learned that is for a lot of other PC players and a lot of people on consoles. All 4 of the consoles that the game is on are all having issues. Now, I love the game. I just want to state, you know, outright, I love this game. It is, the gameplay itself is solid, the map design is solid, the weapon design is solid, the vehicle design is solid, the sound design, as you saw earlier in this clip, I love the sound design in this. I'm having tons of fun with this game when it works. The only thing is it needs to work, and whatever the reasons, EA rushing DICE or somebody spilled their drink on the server, I don't know what the problem is, but the game does need to be fixed. Now, some things have come out recently. Obviously, well, alright, well, first off, you know, we already know that DICE did the double XP, which ended, well, actually, it's still currently going on as I record this, but it ended on the 5th. And we were supposed to have gotten that 3 zoom scope. I don't know if that's happened by the time you guys are watching this. But as I record this, I've already played some rounds on the 5th. And never got my 3x zoom scope for the M1911. Hopefully I don't screw up the apology for screwing up. But yeah, double XP has happened for the server crashing. You know, they've already admitted, clearly, because of that XP thing, that they've admitted and apologized for some of the stability issues, but that was mostly with the servers and whatnot. And now the DLC has come out for China Rising, and there's just been more issues. For me, it's been this rubber banding. I actually haven't had any problems crashing. No, I haven't had any server crashes, except for the one that you saw right there earlier in this video. That was the only one I've experienced so far, and yeah, I mean, it's a bummer, but that hasn't really been the big thing. It's just been the rubber banding. Again, you know, the netcode or whatever you want to call it. You know, stuff like that has had some issues. Now, DICE recently, or EA, I guess, actually, I should say, has come out and said, and I will have 2 links to this if you guys, you know, one from IGN and one from Polygon. You can check both those, whichever ones you prefer. And both are talking about the same thing. EA came out and said that they are halting all future and current endeavors that DICE is working on, all future games. That includes Star Wars Battlefront, Mirror's Edge. Sad to hear that, because I'm very much looking forward to Mirror's Edge, and I'm definitely looking forward to Battlefront. But also the DLCs are going to be put on hold, and you know, nothing is going to be happening. Their primary focus is fixing Battlefield 4 in its current state so that it is a functioning performance game. No stability crashes, latency, lag, netcode, whatever, all that that the game needs to be fixed. And so yeah, again, those links are in the video description. You can read the more specifics as to what the EA representative said. And when this happened, and I do want to note that Polygon, one of the ones that I provided a link, and I will provide a link to this as well, their review, and other sites have done this, Polygon probably the biggest site that did this, have actually gone back and changed their review scores. Polygon originally gave the game a 7.5, which I feel is low. Well, yeah, I mean, you guys obviously heard I love this game. I'd give it a much higher score than that. But they've gone and changed their score from a 7.5 to a 4. That is brutal. And again, I'll have the link to that. You can go and read their little thing. Just scroll down to the bottom, and it says Update 12/02/2013. And you can see why they have gone and changed that. And it's directly tied to the performance of the game. It has nothing to do with the actual gameplay and game design and things like that. It's all to do with the quality of the matchmaking for consoles and PC crashing and just general suffering that the players are having to go through. So, this announcement came from EA that they were halting all of the progress, and EA's stock kind of took a dive. I don't want to say plummeted, but it definitely took a dive. Their stock dropped around 7.5% following that. That's pretty bad. I mean, this is really a bad situation for EA and DICE. I mean, this is hurting their credibility as developers, DICE, even though they, again, for me personally, have created a perfect shooter, near perfect shooter, but it's just, it's like selling you a really, really great car that has all these great features, but the engine just doesn't want to run properly and stutters all the time. You know, you get the car because it drives, all right? You got to have the most basic aspect of the product, and for a video game, it's that it runs well. You know, graphics are nice, sound design is nice, game design is nice, but it has to actually run. So this is hurting their credibility in that regard. They're going to be using the Frostbite engine, EA is, for pretty much all of their future titles. You know, Need for Speed has already done it. We've already announced that Dragon Age is going to be using it. I believe the next Mass Effect, whatever that ends up being, is going to be using Frostbite. They need to make sure that this engine that they're going to be using for almost all, you know, I know there hasn't been really any solid confirmation about that, but, you know, EA, they've got to clean this up so that people have faith in future titles that are going to be released with this Frostbite engine. Granted, it could be server-side, it might not have anything to do with the engine, whatever the case may be, but they've got to make consumers feel safe, or else this is going to hurt them. It is going to hurt them in the long run. And this it's also going to snowball. If the game is performing like this, people are not going to play it. People are also not going to buy it. That means less DLC is being purchased. That's less money. That means they're going to end support for it quicker. They're going to pull official servers. And then just the player count being low. People are going to want to play a game where they can actively find, you know, customized servers that have instant vehicle respawns, or, you know, infantry only, or 24/7 this map, or 24/7 this game mode, or, you know, they want to have enough people out there playing so that these servers can be very specialized and that they can easily get into a game. They don't have to refresh the page and see one server that has 3 players in it, and it's like, well, yeah, I'll just play something else. I'll just play Titanfall. I'll just play Destiny. You know, they've got to make sure that that player count stays solid and steady a year into the game's life cycle, 2 years into the game's. Counter-Strike is still huge because it's been a solid experience. It's been consistent. It's gone through some changes, but it's for the most part been consistent. And the player base, you know, there's always going to be you know, thousands of servers for Counter-Strike, and so DICE really just to make sure that this game succeeds and that people are going to buy that 3rd DLC and that 4th DLC, and that people buy the next Battlefield 5 or Bad Company 3 or Battlefield 2143. Fingers crossed. Please. They've got to make sure that they keep the fan base happy down that line. So, and it's just going to snowball. If there's low players now, that's going to make it so that there is very, very low players down the line. They really, really, really got to pull their act together. Obviously, EA, you know, has their monetary interests, and DICE, just as the passionate game designers that they are, they want their baby to grow up and go to college and be successful. So they've really got to jump on this. So guys, links are again provided in the description below. Are you guys getting screwed on this, or is your performance real bad? What are your thoughts? What are your experiences? Does what I just said make sense? I just want you guys to know that all the hate that they are getting, while some cases extreme, I mean, no death threats should result from this, but if you're passionate about the Battlefield 4 game, the Battlefield franchise, and things like that, and just future, you know, of this gaming industry, for it to maintain its quality and to grow as a legitimate industry, you know, this stuff needs to not happen, and we need to, you know, it's going to seem like we're harping on them really bad, and that we're a bunch of, you know, angry mob people with pitchforks, but the point does need to be made. It's kind of a good thing that the stock dropped. It teaches them a lesson. It's a slap on their wrist, but it is painful to see people that I am such a fan of their previous works. You know, I'm sure this is a very stressful time for DICE, so it's a win-lose painful to see, but it needs to happen for this industry to grow. So hope you guys have enjoyed the gameplay and my odd little rant, and just know that I am still loving this game. This is not completely hate-filled negativity. I hate being negative in the videos, but this is something that's got to be covered. So hope you guys have enjoyed it, all whatever it is. Have a good one. Ta-ta.